Hello and welcome to Blades of Glory podcast. I'm Tanny Deep, owner of Swaybrows Microblading Academy and Studio here in LA, Grandmaster Trainer for Beauty Angels Academy, and co-owner of Blades of Glory Shop, home of West Coast distribution of Beauty Angels products.
Ooh, and I'm Amanda Brewer, Grandmaster for Beauty Angels Academy, based in Seattle and Scottsdale, Arizona.
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Good. This is our first morning episode. We always record late at night, you guys. And we finally were like, why don't we do a morning episode?
I know. This is amazing. I haven't seen you. I mean, we didn't record last week or 2 weeks ago because I recorded with Houston and I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
I know. I was just telling Tana, I'm like, I moved to Arizona last month. So it's like weird not knowing anybody here. So Zoom is like me hanging out with my friends right now.
I know. This is so awesome. Today we have a very, very cool, but we're going to keep it short and sweet this morning because we have a ton of things going on. And hence the theme of our episode today is going to be time management.
Big one.
Yeah, Amanda and I are constantly just on the go. And I know so many people struggle with managing their time and also being a mom and, being a parent and being an owner and all of that. And it's also Mother's Day this weekend.
Oh my God. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
You're almost 1 year old. I can't believe that.
This year flew by. It's my first Mother's Day. And, I wake up every morning, look at his little angel face, and I just feel so blessed. And it honestly gives me the motivation to do everything that I do.
Oh, I love it. And what's funny is you had the motivation before he came around too. So I'm like, where do you get all this motivation?
You know what? The motivation before was to bring him into this world and set up this life for him that, and now he's here. Now it gives me even more motivation, even though I'm like dead tired.
So amazing. And what a cool example you're setting for him too, both you and Houston.
I know we're both trying so hard and working so hard. And you know what? I think it's just about showing up, like showing up for yourself and showing up for your family or, whoever you're doing all this for, showing up as a friend. Like it's really hard when you get caught up in the daily just chaos. But when you bring yourself to the present moment and just be in the space wherever you are, like be present in that moment and then just get that done and then move on to the next instead of being in one place and worrying about the future, or the past. I think it's all about just being present.
Yeah, I think one thing I've always really admired about you, Tanny, too, is with your work habit and everything you fit into your schedule, you just don't care what people think. I love that so much. And it's so liberating, isn't it? Because think about all that you could accomplish in your life if you just didn't give a dang.
And you know what? I'm literally out of fucks to give.
Yep. And I've learned so much. I think that's one of the coolest things I've learned from you over time is just like how to really not give a damn. We know our life as long as the people that know me behind closed doors can look under my hood and go, you're a good person. You're on track with your marriage and your family and everything. That's what matters to me.
Yeah.
But the people like out there, I'm like, I don't care if they think I'm crazy for all I do. As long as the people that I'm close with know I'm good, then we're good.
So I know like you are going 1,000,000 miles a minute right now. Like, tell us what's new and how you're
managing. My gosh. Well, it's funny because every time Tanny and I talk, like once a week we'll catch up and we barf like 1,000,000 huge things going on in our life. And we're like, oh my gosh, it's only been a week, So, well, I'll tell you the last month. So we hired some new staff at the Bellevue location.
Oh.
And they are officially fully booked out. So it's really exciting. Wow. Like things are ramping up. I have Kara there, who is my salon and training coordinator, and she runs everything. And then Ben and I, my husband and I, we moved our house that we live in. We moved to Arizona. So we physically reside in Arizona now. So I still go back once a month to Seattle, but we are in the process of unpacking, remodeling our house because we moved in and had to redo a bunch. We bought an older place that needed some updating. And we are also in the process of signing and remodeling a new Scottsdale Eastside microblading location, which is going to be a salon and an academy. And I know Tanny and I have been looking at a bunch of spaces together and trying to figure out like what would work. And, it's been really challenging and very time consuming applying and looking and everything. And then obviously with the online academy too and courses and students and everything, it's been like probably the craziest year of my life, but I love it and I thrive off of that. I've just always wanted to know what I'm capable of. That's what it is. And I have a humongous, I'm not going to, I never tell people what my goal is, but I have this big goal in my life that I have to hit by 30. And right now I'm pacing for it and I'm on track for it. And I've never been so fired up about life than I am like this year. It's like, I can barely sleep. I have Excel spreadsheets up every night. Like
Oh
I'm
my
such a
God.
nerd, but life is, I think that there's so much opportunity out there and we feel like we need balance in our life. Like you need to take the weekend off or you need to, and I totally get that. If you have kids, if that's important to you, but for me, I am in the hustle foundation building phase of my career.
Mhm.
So I have no shame in working like 80-hour weeks and really building and making everything come together because I see the fruit that's going to come later. I see the lives that are going to be impacted with an amazing career in permanent makeup. And I am so fired up about it. Tired as hell, but so fired up.
You have that motivation to drive you, like it's your
Mhm.
driving force through all of this. And it's funny because, I don't have as much going on, maybe equivalent, but on a different scale as you. I mean, I still have both studios running. I have staff that are booked out and they're super busy, which I'm happy about. I just hired a studio coordinator.
Isn't that the best thing ever?
It's slowly working out to be really awesome because he's great and he has that editing eye that I have.
Oh,
Like he
good.
notices like the little things and it's the little things that mean a lot to me. Like he takes care of my plants really well. And like that's
Yeah.
the extra stuff, and then he also puts together flowers really well and just like notices every little thing and like is very
Notice out of all the salon things, the things that's important to Tanny is the plants. Did you
the
hear that?
plants, my
First things
plants.
you brought up.
The email correspondence and all that organization admin stuff, I will train him to do a little bit better. But he has the personality and, the
He
just
fits
that
the
little,
Sway brand.
that je ne sais quoi that you just can't train people to do. You know what I mean? And,
100%.
I'm also the store is really busy. We have trainings going on. I've been selling out courses every month and having like 2 or 3 trainers with me. I have like students like I answer probably 50 to 75 messages every night
Yeah.
and before I go to bed. And, and it's funny because you say, you're single, not single, you're married, you don't have kids, you don't have anything, like you said, that family life. You still find a good balance to spend time with Ben, I'm sure. For me,
100%.
I'm building and building and building. And my mom is constantly telling me, she's like, I hear all these stories about people getting really rich and forgetting about their families and then their families are broken and then like the husband and wife, they're not in a good place and the children are screwed up. And I'm like, Mom, like, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I have to find that balance still. Like, I
Yeah.
still have to find that balance to be devoted to my son and my family. Meanwhile, I don't even look at my phone when I'm around him. And when I do, he notices. He'll look at
Oh,
my phone
wow.
and he'll
Like
look
you're
at me
distracted?
like, Mommy, what are you doing? But other than like turning on like a TV show for him or something. But other than that, he's my driving force. But, a lot of times we'll hear people tell us, how do you do it? I have kids. I don't have time. I'm so busy. Well, I'm still working my full-time job. I'm still trying to make that transition or, like they just don't have the motivation. And again, you and I are a different breed. So I'm
We're
not
kind of nuts. And we
gonna,
realize that. We talk about it and joke about it all the time. Like it's not normal, guys.
and to add, fuel to this fire, I have some big news that I want to share.
Oh my, and Tanny didn't tell me before the podcast. She said she was waiting. So I genuinely have not heard this news yet.
He doesn't know this, but this is new, and this is just going to add to the craziness that is already our lives. So my family is vegan. I don't know if people know that, or I've been vegan, vegetarian for a long time. My mom's been vegetarian, vegan for like 30 years. My whole family is literally vegan, and my mom and my brother are part of like this meditation group, and it's like a big community. It's kind of like a church group, you know, their
Yeah.
meditation. So one of our family friends has a restaurant, and it's part of a chain restaurant. Like that meditation group has these vegan restaurants called Loving Hut, and they're all over the US. And they have one in San Diego. They decided that they want to retire, and they were going to give that restaurant to one of like the people from the meditation group. And you know, when they sent out a mass email, my brother said, "Hey, I'm interested." Because you know what's crazy? My brother and I, we have this like passion project dream to own our own vegan
You've
restaurant.
told me this
I
dream.
I told
You
you this
literally
dream.
have told me this dream multiple times.
I have, and I told you I wanted to make like a vegan, like kind of a fast casual, like Chipotle Panda Express style
Exactly.
place. Well, anyway, so my brother, you know, volunteered and he went to meet with them, and they are giving their restaurant to us, Amanda. Giving the restaurant to
You
us.
literally manifested this shit.
I manifested my vegan restaurant. My brother and I are literally like mind blown by it.
Oh my God.
And guess what? It's in San Diego. So obviously, him and I can't manage it because we always said we want a restaurant, but we can't manage it. It's such hard work, it's such long hours. We're both busy. My brother's best friend from childhood has been a restaurant manager for over 20 years and lives down the street from the restaurant. He's
Get
not,
out of here.
he's not working right now because of the pandemic and all of that. And then we pitched him, and he was just like, I'm in. So he's going to manage the restaurant for us. And the three of us are partners. We just formed our LLC yesterday and just signed the lease.
Oh my gosh. I wish you guys listening to this understood that Tanny has literally brought this idea up of owning a vegan restaurant multiple times. I have sat at dinner with her in Houston, and they're talking about like a vegan restaurant idea and what they would put in the dishes and everything. And I'm like listening to this, like, how in the hell?
Oh my God. So, of course, this restaurant, it's already successful. It's established. It's been around for 10 years, but we still want to open the restaurant that we had in mind. And now we're
Yeah,
going to use this as like testing grounds for our new dishes
that's
and like
insane.
just continue to run this restaurant. And like, you know, of course, people are like, are you kidding me, Tanny? This is going to be my fourth business, by the
Do
way.
you see a pattern here? Yeah.
But like my goal in life is to spread vegan love and awareness. And I want people to be like enjoy vegan food and maybe change their minds a little bit and reduce their meat consumption a little bit just for the overall wellness of the planet and each other and the animals. And how can I do that? Not by preaching about it. I want to feed them delicious vegan food. And you've been to my house and you've tried my mom's cooking.
It's so good. And I'm just for the record, I am not a vegan. I own a Traeger grill. Not a vegan, but I love going to Tanny's house because it's always so, I always tell her, I'm like, I love you, but I love your mom's cooking.
And my mom feeds any and everyone that walks through our doors as
So
if they're her
good.
own children, and she loves it. And we're gonna, you know, revamp the menu and like put her recipes in there because it's like a Vietnamese fusion Asian place, you know. And yeah, like I'm so excited. And you're probably wondering, like, what the hell? Like, how? What? Why? Who? Like, I don't know. But I take these blessings as they come and I just work it out. We'll figure it out.
Dude, that's going to be the coolest. I'm freaking out.
And
Are
I
you going to
haven't
do
told
like a
anybody.
grand new ownership opening ceremony? Because I am there.
And yeah, and I haven't told any of my friends. They'll probably hear about it on this podcast if they watch. I haven't told literally anyone. It's like my brother and I were like, we just signed the lease, so it's official now.
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
literally am like, I don't want to have words just because it's so crazy to me that you've talked about this and then how everything has transpired. You know, it's shocking and crazy, but at the same time, I'm not surprised at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you work hard and you really speak those things and you talk about it and you share ideas, it manifests.
You have to talk about it because like this, even my second location, I was just like, I wish I could open a second location, but I don't want to go far from home. Literally 2 doors down, it popped up. I even said to Houston, he's been getting super busy and he's opening a second location next door. But we were like,
if only you could open something. He's looking for a bigger warehouse. I was like, if only your next door neighbor would move out. Maybe he'll move out. We're going to manifest that. And then he freaking moved out.
Oh my gosh.
And then now my brother and I,
Poor guy. No.
he would love a restaurant. Like, please, universe, bless us with a restaurant one day, but we don't want to manage it. So our friend's going to manage it. And get this. So we came up with a name for our LLC. My brother's name is Coy. His friend's Orion. My name's Tanny. And we were thinking of names. And I was like, our initials, TKO, our LLC is called TKO Kitchen because everything that comes out of our kitchen is going to be a knockout.
Oh my God. This is like the most exciting news ever, Tanny. I'm so excited that you didn't tell me before the podcast too.
I know. I was like, I'm going to save it.
I'm like short of breath because I just know like this is going to be such a fun, exciting project.
And it's in San Diego. So anytime we're in San Diego, we can.
It's only a 4.5 hour drive for me.
Yummy vegan food. We can take a weekend down there and whatnot. But my brother and I are still pinching ourselves. Like we're still like, I can't freaking believe we have a vegan restaurant. And it's official now.
Dude, that is like, I'm so excited for you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you know what's funny? I know you're going to do a great job because building any business and running any business, I mean, sure, there's a big learning curve with each industry, but it's the same formula.
Yeah,
you know, it's the same formula.
And I think if you just put your heart into it, and again, like put your customers and your clients and, students or whoever it is first, make sure everything you do is excellent quality. And, it'll come through for you. The money will come and everything will come and you'll sleep later. And
we can sleep when we're dead. We got a lot of work to do
later. You don't want to miss out on life. I mean, like, I think one thing that I said in my last class to my students was, I think one of my really important core values is to be true to my word. Like never say anything that I'm not going to do. And if I say it, I'm going to do it. And if I tell them like, I'm going to be here for you and I'm going to answer you every day. And this is my commitment. Like once I'm committed, I'm committed. I don't go back on that. And I feel guilty when I do. Like I have that, like, I have entrepreneur guilt. I have mom guilt. I have like all the guilt for when I like don't follow through with something like with to the best of my ability. Do you? I know you do.
I know it's I don't know. We're just, sometimes I think at night and I'll ask Ben, I'll be like, am I like crazy? Is this an unhealthy thing? Or I've even had friends that say like, don't you think it's a little unhealthy that you're so like wired for like growing your businesses or achievement or whatever? And in my mind, I'm like, I feel unhealthy when I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just need to be growing.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be learning and growing to feel like I'm being authentically myself.
Yeah.
I'm so passionate about building and being the best I can be and learning how to build relationships better and treat people better and impact people on a higher level or becoming a leader. Those are all like, I wake up at like 7 something in the morning and there's literally YouTube videos playing on my phone about how to be a better leader, how to impact people, how to connect with people better. And that's what I care about. All the things I'm focused on to grow my business are very positive personal development things. And people don't realize that. It's not like this selfish venture building your business. You have to grow internally and you should grow internally to become a good person and impact people in order to have that success. So I don't know. I like kind of picking it apart that way because I don't think people see the behind the scenes. And really, like you mentioned earlier, like we respond to dozens and dozens and dozens, and if not hundreds of student messages every night. And it takes a tremendous amount of effort. We really care. I know you, Tanny, so I can speak for you too. We care so much about our students' success, or even if they're not our students, we respond in detail and like help people because we freaking care. And we want to make an impact. And I don't think that, I don't know. I think the people that should be big in the industry are the people that really care and make a big impact personally. And I think those have always been my favorite people that I've been rooting on in the industry, are the people that are really trying to give back or add value to people. I'm like, you go, sis. Like, you know what I mean?
I think even all those little actions, it creates a ripple. It's
It
like
does.
and I don't think people need to stop thinking about everything they do like in such a transactional manner.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I don't, and I kind of like peek through a lot of the forums and I see what other artists are up to and like what they're complaining about and what they're asking advice for. And a lot of it's really petty. It's
Yeah.
really petty stuff. And,
You know
again,
me, I don't even linger in Facebook. I don't even look at Facebook groups because I'm too sensitive.
yeah, and sometimes it's hard. And sometimes I'll see them ask for advice on like the simplest things, like someone wanted to cancel and then they wanted a refund or they didn't want a refund and they wanted to put their money towards another thing, like another service, and then the artist is like tripping about it. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, come on, I think put the person first, like do things for other people, do things for yourself. Like I think
Yeah.
we always put our, like you said, I get into a space where I'm like, help and love and care for people unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
And it just automatically will flow out there and then ripple back to you.
Well, and how do you think that you're going to, here's how I think of it. No matter what I do in my life, I want to make sure that I'm happy, that deep down I have joy and I enjoy my life and what I do and who I surround myself with. And I feel that if I'm just hustling to hustle and I'm not hustling to impact and make a difference, you know how it feels to give and to serve others. It's the most addictive feeling to me. And I love just knowing that, that some of the action we take in the day can impact or brighten somebody else's day or their career. I find that so awesome. And I take that responsibility. It's really heavy on my shoulders too, because I want to make sure that we're being a good example. And also being very honest and authentic and never making it look easier than it is either. I think that's why we started these episodes too, is we just kind of wanted to show who we are.
So true. And we're not like we said, the hustle mentality is glorified. We're not hustlers.
No. I hate the whole hustle thing. I'm like,
think about like the hustle hustle has a negative connotation. Like you're hustling somebody.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of cheating somebody. Like, and but you're on the like hustle, you're bustling, you're moving, you're constantly moving, chasing something. But like, we're not like that. And like,
we're investors, I would say.
In our time, in our people.
Into other
people. And it's tough. Some days are a lot harder than others. But you just kind of have to swallow it with a grain of salt and like, keep going and just focus on what you can do better and the positive impacts.
And I think that you and I are both willing to work really hard, but also be patient about the results.
Patience.
And I think it takes both of those things. When you're working really hard, it's easy to get burnt out or be like, oh, I put a hard week in, where's my result? And I think that one thing I've always loved about our conversations privately is we always know, okay, yeah, it's going to suck for a year or like 2 or 3 years. But after that, like we're willing to invest that time into building a long-term business and a long-term foundation, not just some fly-by-night hustle. And I think the heart behind that is why people are blessed in business, hopefully, if they continue to impact and add value to others.
Yeah, people are afraid of the sacrifice.
Totally.
They fear the again, it's that scarcity. They're afraid to be uncomfortable.
And to invest into something.
Because they don't know. It's instant gratification again.
Yeah.
They don't see the long-term result because it's like tit for tat. Like, okay, I'm going to do this. What am I going to get out of it? And if I don't get this out of it right away, then I don't think I should do this, or it's going to be a waste of my time, or, they don't know how to have the patience to build something. And you and I took years to build like where we are. And, I constantly hear that, oh, they're so lucky, but I mean, luck had something to do with it too. Like, yes, but again, it's the opportunity.
Preparedness and opportunity, baby.
Yeah, the preparation brought us that, and the good fortune, of us being good people.
Yeah.
call that into our life. You know, time is such a precious, precious gift.
Yeah.
That's what I realized, that, you know, even now how I manage my day, how I keep my sanity, like I like broke down and cried the other day because it was just like I had a moment where everything was just like too much.
Yeah.
And I was dealing with my son. He's going through like eczema, like he has a rash on his face, and I've literally gone to like 3 different doctors, tried literally everything, and you know, trying to be there for him, but I'm on the phone looking up remedies and looking up doctors, and but he's looking at me like, Mom, you're on your phone, like, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, if you only knew, like everything I do is like for you, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just so hard, and at the same time I like had work and the clients, and like, you know, I was training and it was like back to back, and I was teaching multiple classes, and like I had to be away from him the whole weekend, and I'm like stressed out if he's okay, and you know, and I just literally had like a meltdown. And yeah, here I am, you know, even talking about it. But then it's like, okay, got to get through this and got to figure it out, put my phone down. And like, I'm literally, once I put him to bed at night, or once, you know, we put him to sleep at 9 o'clock at night, I'm up to like 1 in the morning doing everything I need to do, because I don't want to take away from the time when I'm with him.
Yeah.
I want him to think that, you know, even though he's like 8 months old, he's so aware.
He's a little Snoopy. Yeah.
You know, and as a mom, like, and I mentioned like that mom guilt, like time management is so hard, especially like, you know,
and managing your energy levels,
and managing your energy, because I can come home from work and I can't take like, if I had some rough clients that day, and when I say rough, I mean like a lot of work, or like a correction or something that just like really was
a lot of
like,
capacity,
you know, a lot of mental and physical capacity. I can't come home and like be drained. I have to come home and like, hi baby, like I missed you, you know, and like just give him like all the love, because he doesn't know where I came from. He just sees mommy, and he doesn't want to see mommy like all pissed off and tired, you know. And like the time, the energy level, like the attitude, all that takes like mental strength
and discipline.
Yeah. You know, and like being able to, again, you know, when we talked about mental management and all of that, mindset management, again, it plays a continuous role in everything.
It so is. I mean, there's some days where I'm like, am I still going to be in permanent makeup in a year? Do I suck now? Like, am I outdated? Like, I seriously, like, some days I get anxiety. I'm like, is my business going to fall apart? Like, am I going to wake up next month and it's all gone? Like, what's going, you know, it's so weird. I'm so stupid sometimes. I'm like, you got to control those thoughts, man. Cause I think that's one thing I've built a really good, strong muscle at, is controlling my thoughts. Like, I'm really, really good, because my brain just wants to go its own way. But people don't know you can redirect it. You can manage it. You can put a little construction sign that says like merge left, you know, I'm merging left all the freaking time, you know? So, yeah, golly. And I'm so excited. Tanya and I have been talking about this really cool space for Scottsdale. And I don't know if it's going to work out yet or not. So I can't say anything about it, but I literally couldn't sleep last night, and I feel like throwing up right now, even talking about it, because it's just like too good to be true, too big, too awesome. But I hope that on the next episode,
I know that, you know, when Amanda asked me for advice, she's very economical, very smart, very frugal, you know, in a wonderful way. Me, I'm smart with my money. I'm financially savvy too, but I like a little bit of style. Like, I will choose style over economy if I feel if it makes me feel good, and there's a nice view, and if I'm traveling and like, you know, this and that, like I'll spend the extra buck to be comfortable, because I've realized that I've worked so fucking hard for everything I have. I keep with myself. Like, why do I need to go on vacation and skimp on this and skimp on that? Or why do I need to rent a place? Like, you know, I think about that.
You prioritize what matters to you.
I prioritize comfort and happiness over, you know, little things, even if it costs me a little bit more. But I'm like, you know what? That's what I work so hard for. This is what I want. I just want to enjoy my life the way that I'm living, with a little bit of style and a little bit of pizzazz. So that's why she calls me when she's like, which place should I choose? The one with the freaking sky high view, or the one with sky high, baby?
Every time I'm like, Tanny.
Like, it's funny, Kara Caroline always like makes fun of me too. She's like, Tanny, you and your always got to add a little bit of bougie to everything. And I was like, hey man, I'm not super bougie, but the things that I like, and I want to give it a couple of snaps and make it a little bit more sparkly. Okay.
I think that was one of the surprise things that we learned about each other early on in our friendship. We're like, wait, you like that too? Wait, what? Like,
Amanda's frugal, but she likes nice things too.
And if I prioritize the stupid things I don't spend money on, but the things that are fun or that matter, I will spend money on.
Yeah, that's why we're friends.
Yeah.
So, you know, and this is continuous, you guys. Like, it's a roller coaster. One day you're on top of the world. One day you want to like crawl into fetal position and just die. And then it carries on. And
I didn't post on Instagram. I posted like once in 2 weeks for a while. And then I started like, oh my gosh, Tanny. I was just like, I need to message Tanny because she'll tell me to get my shit together. And I didn't message you because I'm like, I don't want to post on Instagram. So I didn't post. And my engagement went down and my sales went down. I was like, oh my God, that was the most expensive Instagram vacation ever. Like, and I felt so bad about myself. And then I was like, my brain was going, and then I posted 3 days in a row. So this week I made 3 posts. Ooh, right. I know some people are like, okay, Amanda, but for me, it's like pulling my teeth out posting on social media. And it reminded me why I need to post, you know?
And even like
I'm burnt out sometimes. I don't want to freaking create a caption and hashtags and a freaking video. And so if you notice a lot of my posts, I don't put a lot of editing into or like music or whatever. I just like talk to the camera and I'm like, okay, it took me 10 seconds. I just need to get it on there.
You're good at that. Like, you're really good at that. Me, like, sometimes I've been feeling like crap lately and I don't really want to be in front of the camera because I haven't been wearing makeup to work. Like, I was literally—
Dude, I filter it, man. I don't even do my makeup.
I know the filters and all that stuff too, but it's just a lot of energy for me. And sometimes I just like, I don't want to be projected outwards. I just want to focus on my day. And then when I'm at home in the dark at night, I'll like edit the shit out of a video. And I was like, I know that's going to get like 100,000 views because like I'm in my room for like an hour in the dark. Like,
and Tanny's so good at the angles and like the transitions and like everyone I watch like 5 times and I'm just like, yeah, girl. Yeah.
But you know, so that's fun. Jam. That is my jam. That is her jam. We jam out in different ways and whatever gets the job done.
You know, for time management though, I actually have had to put time in my calendar once a week to do content planning now.
Oh, wow.
Where I didn't do that before because now I don't have time and like 5 o'clock rolls around. I can't post. I'm like doing clients or I'm busy. Like I'm on calls. I'm on Zoom. I'm doing a live or a podcast episode. You know, it's like, we got to get a little more strategic. So
scheduling is very helpful. I literally have every single thing I'm doing in my day in my Google Calendar. I mean, my phone, yeah, because like I look at my phone for the day and I'm like, okay, got this, and this, even down to like a 5-minute call or like, okay, I need to go to the store and like my to-do lists are always a mile long, or it'll literally say check to-do list at this time because it had like 10 more things that I needed to do.
I love that.
It's organized because I can't remember it all. Like, you know, I have a pretty good memory. But even then, like
we can't rely on our memory at this point.
Can't rely on it. You just have to keep notes, keep tabs, get it organized.
Kara has to remind me when I have consultation calls because I have it and it sends a reminder on my phone 10 minutes before and I still miss them. And I'm so type A on top of everything that Kara now she like messaged me. She's like, just a reminder, you're getting on a call, Amanda. I'm like, thank you.
Like it's crazy.
It's juggling a lot of stuff, but it's so awesome. And it forces you to improve at things that you want to get better at. And I see that as an opportunity for growth. It's, you know, what's your perspective? Like why are you building your business? Who do you want to become through that process? You know, for me, I don't know about you. Tell me what you think about this. Cause I've always thought this in my brain. I've always imagined, this sounds so stupid saying it out loud. I've always imagined like the ideal Amanda. Like my dream Amanda self, like who is that Amanda? Like what has she accomplished? Who is she? Like how does she treat others? Like what is her relationship with her family and her friends? And I've always had this image of who Amanda is that I've always wanted to grow into. Yeah. And I'm not quite there yet, but I don't know. Have you ever done that? Because I do that all the time.
I totally have. And you know what? there's a bit of an age gap between you and I, and these were things I was thinking about when I turned 30. And I'm 36 now, and I'm so happy with the person that I am. Like, I wake up feeling blessed and thanking God like every single day, and I go to bed feeling blessed every night, and so grateful for everyone around me, people in my life, like my businesses, my friends, but like who like how I carry myself through my life, like how I love people and how I treat my parents and how I treat my siblings and my husband's siblings, and like everyone and anyone I come across, like and what I've created for myself. And I've even like created jobs for some of my friends, like some of my good friends became students and also just opened their. I had a really proud moment last week, you guys. Caroline, my first graduate, who is now a master trainer, taught her first class in my second studio. That same night, I moved some clients around so I could drive to San Diego to be there for one of my best friends who just opened a studio, Adore Beauty, in San Diego. And
Oh
then
my gosh.
called my florist to have her set up like an orchid arrangement, and like we picked it up on the way down and like went down there just to be there for her for 2 hours, and then drove back up. And I was so proud of both of them. But like, what, in between my clients, I was coming over taking pictures for Caroline and like checking on her, and I just felt like I'm doing the best that I can for everyone around me, and I'm just so happy with myself. Like, I'm so proud of myself, like and I can't like feel any more, like I'm bursting with gratitude every day. And I hope that you are already the ideal Amanda to me. So if you feel like there's more to be, there's even more capacity to be filled to become the Amanda, like you are going to be that, and tenfold, because like it's a beautiful thing. It's such a
I
beautiful.
love you so much.
I love
Oh,
you too.
oh my gosh. I just think that I think what is it that we call it? We all have this idea, or it's like our self-image or our self-esteem, and I think that to build success and everything, you have to have some good self-esteem,
Oh yeah.
or at least think of yourself, even if you don't feel confident or whatever. Maybe you think of yourself internally. It's like, oh, I'm confident, I just don't show it yet, or I just need to work on some things, and I think that maybe the one thing that has helped me in my life is I've always had good self-esteem. Because when I was little, like a little girl, my Nana, who's now passed away, she was like my mom. She's like the best person on the planet. She would always joke. She'd be like, well, that Amanda can do anything she sets her mind to from like 3 years old. And that implanted in my brain from a young age. Like, I can do anything I set my mind to. That's right, Nana. So I think sometimes we just have to talk to ourselves and build ourselves up and our self-esteem. And I think that's the most priceless commodity, is how you see yourself.
That's so crazy, because my grandpa, who also has passed away, him and I were the same zodiac sign in Chinese astrology. Like, Chinese astrology, there's like the 12 zodiac signs, right? But there's five
Yeah.
cycles of them. So like, we were the same cycle of the same rat. And he would always tell me, you're like you're the best of the best. This is like the number one zodiac and the number one cycle. And we're that same zodiac. And like, this was me. And I was, he was like an aristocrat, like businessman, had multiple businesses, and like spoke 4 different languages, French.
Oh my gosh.
And he was like, you are going to be the best at everything you do. And he was like, and he told me this when I was like 5.
See, this is big. That's crazy.
Yeah. And he said, you're going to do great things. And he would tell me, don't marry early. He's like, you got to get married after 30 because you're very strong and you're going to need someone that can handle you. He said that to me.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
Like, but everything you touch and everything you do in life, you're going to be amazing at it. Wow. And I was just, and I that stuck with me. So that's cool that your grandma said that to you, because now in my life, I'm like, I got to be the best at everything because grandpa said
right. And now I believe, like, I'm like, if I set my mind to something, I know I know in my heart I can do it.
Yeah.
It's going to suck, but I can do it.
We'll get through whatever it takes.
I'll make it through.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? So be careful about how you talk to yourself and how you see yourself. Build yourself up like you're your grandparent talking to yourself. I always hear Nana's voice, or I'll talk to myself and be like, no, and I say it to Ben all the time. This probably sounds so weird, but I always tell Ben, he's like, well, what about this? I'm like, I'm Amanda Brewer. I can do this. And he just like laughs, or he'll say things like, that's such an Amanda thing. And I'm like, yeah, because Amanda Brewer believes in herself, like Amanda Brewer accomplishes what she sets out to do, and I know that about, and I speak that about myself, but I also follow through with it. I never, ever allow myself the opportunity to decrease my self-esteem or self-image. So when I say I'm going to do something, I do it and I get more confident. And if I say something and I do it, I get more confident. If I say something and I don't do it, I get less confident. So I got to uphold that upward trajectory in my life and be very protective of that.
Yeah. Always bigger and better.
Bigger and better, baby. And happy and fun in the process too.
Oh, yeah. Wow, you guys. So Amanda, what's been your biggest blade with time management?
Oh, probably just being in a new area and trying to get it figured out. Feeling a little lonely this month. I miss all my friends, and my family's back in Seattle. I didn't see them with COVID last year anyway, but it's weird when you physically move, but it's also very exciting. So I guess it's that's the blade.
Yeah.
How about you?
Me has just been, I think the hardest part about everything is, throwing in being a mom to the mix and having to put myself aside and make him my priority amidst everything that I'm doing. No matter how important I think everything is, he's that much more important to me. And, that's been really hard, like really, really hard. But, like I said, I'm proud of myself. And
you're doing an amazing job.
Houston keeps telling me, honey, you're doing your best. You're the best mom. You're doing the best you can.
You're the best rat. You're the best rat. So that means you're going to be the best mom too, because that counts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It means so much that even when I feel like I'm the worst, he still tells me like, you're the best.
I love Houston.
I know. And then, favorite moment of glory in all of this, everything.
Everything. Every day, our life. Yeah. We just when I say we remodeled our house, I know that sounds really bougie, but to put it in perspective, like I love investing in real estate, and we moved into a 70s house that needed remodeling, and we're doing it ourselves. So like it's not this like bougie project. Like we moved in and did our floors and trim and paint, and we are remodeling the backyard and got some cool fun pool stuff like LED lights and the waterfall. So we're doing some cool things, but we're doing it like on a budget because I'm frugal as hell. But I'm hoping that our biggest glory is signing a lease in the next week or two in Scottsdale, because as Tanny knows, and some of you may know, I've been looking for like 2 months and trying to narrow it down. It's been honestly, it's been a really stressful process, but I know that it's going to be so worth it. And if what I think is going to happen does happen, it's going to be the biggest glory ever. And Tanny knows, but I don't want to jinx it. So we'll see.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you.
I'm literally going to tour it in 15 minutes. So
I think my biggest moment of glory in all of this, in this current moment, because we have so many moments of glory, is that, my son is turning 1.
Yay. In August, right?
August. And we're also remodeling our house right now. We've done the outside, complete exterior. We're in the process of fixing the backyard. And then bathrooms are in progress right now. We're about to redo the kitchen.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to throw a huge birthday party for him for his first birthday in August, because I haven't seen anyone in over a year, and we're finally like getting clear of this pandemic, and like things are going back to normal. We're getting vaccinated, all of that stuff. And, we feel safe to do it. And it's going to be an amazing celebration. Yeah.
Oh I can't wait to see you. Oh my gosh. I love this. And you know what? I love this podcast just because it's like hanging out. It's like friend time. It's like, it's so nice. I love it so much.
We get to hang out. We get to drop some knowledge. We get to share our goals and all of that. And it's just.
This is literally our phone calls though. Tanny and I have these, like we joke and call them our mastermind calls. This is like our phone calls together all the time. We talk ideas and what's happening and growth and struggles. Like this is pretty in line with what we do anyway. So,
and now we were just publicizing it.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. No, I'm kidding.
We're putting it all out there. Wow.
Putting it out there.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day. If you're a mom, you're a business mom, you're a puppy mom, you're a fur mom, So thank you guys again for tuning in. Again, you can find me at SwayBrows on Instagram, swaybrows.com, and Facebook, SwayBrows Microblading Academy and Studio.
And I just changed my Instagram handle. So follow it. Or I have two now. So I have Amanda Brewer Official, but I also have Eastside Microblading, which is for the salon. So that used to be my old handle. Now it's for the salon and staff. So now my page is Amanda Brewer Official, and eastsidemicroblading.com is our website.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. You know what? We're going to do bi-weekly episodes because we just realized we're crazy and doing a weekly episode was just too much. So I'm going to be real. We're going to do bi-weekly episodes and drop them every other Sunday. All right. Find us on YouTube or SoundCloud, SwayBrows, and Eastside Microblading. And that's it. Peace out, guys. See you next week.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye. I mean, next week.